My beloved, my chosen light, the one whose soul heaven itself protects, lean close, because this is not just another message. This is fire from the throne of God, carried by Archangel Michael, delivered to your trembling hands in this exact moment for a reason. Archangel Michael is in panic. Yes, panic. The angels do not panic lightly. But tonight, they saw something. A very serious meeting was held with Satan about you. They discussed your name. They whispered your destiny. My child, the demons want to touch you, to sleep with you, to mark you with their darkness. This is not a story. This is a battle happening right now over your body, over your mind, and over your future. God is crying, if my child skips this, if my chosen one ignores this, I won't be able to save them in time. That is how urgent this is. Every second you hesitate, the grip of the enemy tightens. That is why Archangel Michael shouts, "Open this now." But before I reveal what the demons plotted, let me tell you something you must never forget, because this will protect you, if you hold it tight. Heaven never abandons you, even when hell sends its armies against you. This message is not here by accident. It was forced into your path because heaven has decided, you must not fall into their trap. Listen closely, this is where most people skip. They say, "I'll watch later." They turn their eyes away for just a moment, and in that moment, Satan wins. That is why Michael is desperate. That is why God himself says, "Don't leave this." Rose, right here, I must pause and tell you, if your spirit is trembling right now, that's not fear, that's recognition. Your soul already knows this message is your lifeline. If you feel your heart pulling, then don't resist. Stay with me until the very last word, because your breakthrough, your miracle, your protection, it's hidden in this exact text. And if you are new here, subscribe right now, because I promise you, these divine words are not just videos, they are survival keys for your destiny. Rose. My child, imagine the room where that meeting happened. Demons seated in shadows, plotting how to steal your peace. They want to drain you, exhaust you, make you question your own worth. One of them even said, "We'll approach them in their sleep." But Michael slammed his sword on the table of hell and declared, "Not while I breathe. Not while heaven watches." That is why you're reading this. Because the fight is not tomorrow. It's now. You are on the line. And Michael is begging you to open your eyes before the snare snaps shut. My beloved, my child of light, touched by heaven's breath, do not let your eyes wander from this page. Something eternal is pressing against time itself, and your name is written in the fire of it. That is why your heart is racing, that is why your breath feels heavy. Because Archangel Michael is standing before you, sword drawn, wings trembling with urgency, crying out, "Tell my child, this is not a joke. This is war." Archangel Michael is in panic. You've never seen heaven's protector like this before. But tonight, the reason is clear, a very serious meeting was held with Satan about you. Yes, hell's council gathered, and your name was whispered across the dark table. They said, "This one belongs to light. We must pull them down. We must distract them, tempt them, drain them, and finally chain them. The demons want to sleep with you, beloved. They want to lay upon your spirit, steal your strength, and take away your purity. This isn't about the body alone, it's about the soul. They want to wear you down until you no longer shine. But Michael has drawn his blade against them, saying, not while heaven breathes over them. Not while their destiny is still alive. And God Himself speaks now, my child, I won't be able to save you if you skip this. If you turn away, the covering will lift. If you hesitate, the window of rescue will close. That's why you must read. That's why you must not skip. Heaven knows how much depends on this exact moment. But hear me, because I must pause and plant this truth inside your soul. When you feel the fire in your chest while reading this, when you feel the shiver of recognition, that is not fear. That is confirmation. Your spirit knows this is for you, and skipping would be the greatest mistake of your life. My dear one, stay until the last word. Your breakthrough, your miracle, your safety is hidden in this message. And if you want more lifelines like this, subscribe right now, because these words aren't just stories, they are weapons, keys, and shields that heaven presses into your hands. Now let me paint for you the unseen. Picture the chamber of shadows where the demons gathered. Smoke and ash filled the air. They whispered strategies, how to drain your joy, how to tie you in knots of lust, fear, and distraction. But then the ground shook. A flash of light split the dark. And Michael entered, his voice roaring like thunder, you will not touch the chosen. Not while my king reigns. That is what shifted the battle. That is what dragged this message into your hands. My beloved. My chosen child, the one heaven has been watching since the day your soul took its first breath, lean in closer. Do not let the noise of the world snatch your attention in this moment. For if there was ever a message that stood between life and death, between blessing and curse, between chains and freedom, it is this one. Archangel Michael is not calm tonight. The angel of war, the commander of heaven's armies, the one whose wings have covered nations and guarded prophets, is pacing with fire in his eyes. He is in panic. And heaven does not panic without reason. But tonight, a shadow has been moving. A council was called. Yes, my child, Satan himself called a meeting, and your name, your exact name, was spoken in that room. Do you know what it feels like for your name to echo in hell? It shakes through the walls of darkness like thunder. Because they know what you carry. They know what heaven has planted in you. They know the miracles attached to your destiny, and they hate it. They know the power of your presence, and they fear it. And so, they said, we must stop this one. We must send spirits of lust, spirits of confusion, spirits of sickness, and spirits of heaviness. We must not allow them to rise. Michael stood near, listening, trembling with rage. And then he rushed into heaven's throne room. Father, he cried, this cannot wait. This child is on the line. They are being targeted for destruction. The demons want to sleep with them, to cover them with shame, to drain their purity, to rob their joy. If we do not intervene now, they will be trapped. And God, your Father, your Creator, the one whose voice makes the oceans obey, looked down upon you with tears. He said, I want to save them, I long to rescue them, but if they skip this, if they turn away, I cannot protect them. Because the covenant of protection is tied to obedience. If they ignore this word, the covering will lift. Do you know what it feels like for your name to echo in hell? It shakes through the walls of darkness like thunder. Because they know what you carry. They know what heaven has planted in you. They know the miracles attached to your destiny, and they hate it. They know the power of your presence, and they fear it. And so, they said, we must stop this one. We must send spirits of lust, spirits of confusion, spirits of sickness, and spirits of heaviness. We must not allow them to rise. Michael stood near, listening, trembling with rage. And then he rushed into heaven's throne room. Father, he cried, this cannot wait. This child is on the line. They are being targeted for destruction. The demons want to sleep with them, to cover them with shame, to drain their purity, to rob their joy. If we do not intervene now, they will be trapped. And God, your Father, your Creator, the one whose voice makes the oceans obey, looked down upon you with tears. He said, I want to save them, I long to rescue them, but if they skip this, if they turn away, I cannot protect them. Because the covenant of protection is tied to obedience. If they ignore this word, the covering will lift. This, my beloved, is why you feel your heart burning as you read. This is why your spirit is trembling. Because deep down, you know this message is not random. It was forced into your path. Heaven bent the algorithm, heaven rearranged time, heaven fought demons of distraction just to make sure your eyes landed here. Do not play with this moment. Do not say, I'll read later. Later is too late. Hell has already sharpened its knives. Michael is already swinging his sword. God is already crying out, do not let them skip. Do not let them walk away. This one is mine. This one is chosen. This one is beloved. And now let me tell you what happened in that meeting. The demons gathered around a black table. Smoke filled the room, the stench of sulfur burning their tongues. They rolled out scrolls with your name written in blood. We will attack their sleep, one said. We will seduce their mind with images, another whispered. We will fill their heart with doubt until they cannot pray. And then the chief demon hissed, we will make them believe God has abandoned them. We will whisper lies until they give up their destiny. But suddenly, the walls shook. A light pierced the room like lightning. The scrolls burned in their hands. And Michael appeared, his sword dripping with divine fire. His voice was like 10,000 trumpets, touch not the anointed. This one belongs to my king. And in that moment, the demons scattered, shrieking in terror. Do you see now, my child, why this message is here? Because Michael saw their plan. He saw the trap they are setting for you. And he refused to stay silent. That's why he is in panic, because you are still in danger if you ignore this. And God says, my child, I won't be able to save you if you skip this. If you hesitate, the portal of protection will close. If you treat this like a story, the enemy will win. But if you open your heart, if you read until the end, the chains will shatter, the demons will flee, and you will walk into the destiny I wrote for you before the stars were born. Now let me ask you, why are your hands trembling right now? Why is your chest tight, your eyes scanning these lines with hunger and fear? Because your spirit already knows. You are standing on the edge of something eternal. This isn't about entertainment. This isn't about curiosity. This is your lifeline. This is your miracle disguised as words on a screen. And I must pause here, beloved, to tell you something very important. If your soul feels drawn right now, don't fight it. This pull is God Himself. This burning is your proof. That is why I beg you, stay until the end. Do not break the flow. Because the blessing hidden in these words only unlocks when you remain faithful until the last word. And listen to me closely, if you are new here, if this is the first time you're seeing one of these divine messages, then subscribe right now. Not for me. Not for a channel. But for your soul. Because every time you return, heaven will pour another key into your hand, another shield on your back, another word that will keep you alive in the storm. Beloved, your name is a war. Do you understand that? You are not small in the eyes of heaven or hell. That's why hell met about you. That's why heaven intervened for you. You are the field where armies clash. And what you choose in this moment decides which flag flies over your life, God's or Satan's. Michael told me to tell you this. The demons have already tried to come near. They hover in their shadows, waiting for the moment of weakness. They want to touch them in the night, to steal their dreams, to plant seeds of lust, of fear, of confusion. But if they hold to this word, if they cling to the fire of God's promise, the demons will burn before they reach them. Do you know why the enemy wants to sleep with you? Because intimacy is covenant. And if you give in to their whispers, they will mark you with shame and bind your destiny. But God is shouting tonight, do not let them touch you. You are mine, bought with blood, sealed with promise. No demon has the right to your bed, your body, or your soul. That's why this message is war. That's why skipping it is death. Because the moment you walk away, the demons lean closer. But the moment you stay, Michael swings again. And every word you read is like a sword slashing the chains, like light flooding the dark corners of your house. My beloved, hear me. The meeting in hell was not a joke. They were serious. They were detailed. They had plans mapped out against you. But the power of God is greater. Michael's sword is sharper. And your obedience right now, your decision not to skip, will shatter their schemes like glass under fire. My beloved, do you feel it? That stirring in your chest, like a hidden river beginning to roar? That's not your imagination. That's the Spirit of God confirming, this is your moment. Every line you read now is a shield being strapped on your soul, every word is a sword forged in heaven's fire. And Michael, the great archangel, stands by, urging you not to look away, not to break the flow, because this is exactly what the demons wanted you to skip. Listen, child. The truth is brutal but holy. Satan's meeting about you was not casual. They studied you. They know your patterns. They know when you're tired, when you're lonely, when you doubt yourself. They know the hour when your defenses drop. And in that meeting, they whispered, "We will wait for that moment. We will come disguised as pleasure, as comfort, as opportunity. We will dress sin in beauty and call it relief." But Michael shouted, "They will not fall, not if they open their eyes. Not if they read the word I have placed before them. Not if they understand that heaven is roaring over them this very night. My beloved, hear me. The meeting in hell was not a joke. They were serious. They were detailed. They had plans mapped out against you. But the power of God is greater. Michael's sword is sharper. And your obedience right now, your decision not to skip, will shatter their schemes like glass under fire. My beloved, do you feel it? That stirring in your chest, like a hidden river beginning to roar? That's not your imagination. That's the Spirit of God confirming, this is your moment. Every line you read now is a shield being strapped on your soul, every word is a sword forged in heaven's fire. And Michael, the great archangel, stands by, urging you not to look away, not to break the flow, because this is exactly what the demons wanted you to skip. Listen, child. The truth is brutal but holy. Satan's meeting about you was not casual. They studied you. They know your patterns. They know when you're tired, when you're lonely, when you doubt yourself. They know the hour when your defenses drop. And in that meeting, they whispered, "We will wait for that moment. We will come disguised as pleasure, as comfort, as opportunity. We will dress sin in beauty and call it relief." But Michael shouted, "They will not fall, not if they open their eyes. Not if they read the word I have placed before them. Not if they understand that heaven is roaring over them this very night." My child, picture this, a war council in hell, demons with eyes like burning coal, their claws scratching maps of your life into the ground. They mark the places you've stumbled before. They circle the hours when you feel weak. They whisper names of people who will be used as traps. And then they laugh, believing they will take you down. But suddenly the ground shakes. Light floods the chamber. And Michael's sword flashes like the sun, "Touch not this one, or you will burn." Do you see? Hell has a file with your name on it. But heaven has written your name on its walls of fire. Which side will you believe? Which voice will you obey? And God leans close now, whispering with sorrow and urgency, "My child, if you skip, I cannot protect you. I have tied my rescue to your obedience. Do not play with this moment." The demons wait for hesitation. But if you remain, if you devour every word until the end, I will send fire through your house, light through your mind, angels through your night, and no demon will dare to breathe near you. Why do you think your body feels tense while reading this? Because your spirit already knows, this is no ordinary text. This is a battlefield wrapped in words. And your soul is at the center. Beloved, let me tell you a secret, demons cannot touch what is sealed. That is why they want intimacy with you. If they trick you into covenant, into surrender, they can mark you. That is why Michael is desperate. That is why he says, they must not skip. They must hold the fire of this word until the very end. Only then will the seal of heaven grow strong enough to push the demons back. Now pause. Feel your pulse. Do you realize every beat is proof you are still chosen? The fact that you are alive in this moment, reading this exact message, means hell has not succeeded yet. You are still on the line, but not fallen. And if you stay, if you read, if you cling to these words, you will not fall at all. And here I must remind you again, because this is not for your mind only, but for your future, subscribe right now. Not to me, not to a channel, but to the lifeline heaven has placed here. Because every time you return, heaven will send another shield, another sword, another light. The enemy's plan is long, but God's rescue is eternal. Don't miss the weapons that keep you alive. My child, I saw what they planned next. They wanted to visit you in dreams. They wanted to plant images in your sleep. They wanted to seduce you with visions that make you wake up in shame. But Michael cried out, if they hold this word, if they refuse to skip, if they cling to heaven's fire, the dreams will burn before they arrive. The demons will flee before they enter the room. Can you imagine the angels right now? Standing at the edges of your house, wings spread, swords drawn, waiting for your decision. If you skip, they step back. If you stay, they surge forward, slashing through the shadows. That is how much power your obedience carries. Beloved, let me be blunt, the meeting in hell ended in fear because of Michael's roar. But the demons have not given up. They are waiting for hesitation. They are waiting for distraction. That is why Michael is still in panic. Because the war isn't finished, it's raging now, and you are the battlefield. So what will you do? Will you close this and let them win? Or will you stand, by simply reading on, by simply staying faithful to this flow, until the word finishes its work in you? My beloved, listen carefully, because what I reveal now will make your heart shiver. When Archangel Michael stormed into that meeting, Satan hissed in anger. He knew you were chosen. He knew the light on you was too bright to extinguish easily. So he gave an order, if we cannot destroy them in one strike, we will chip away, piece by piece. We will whisper, distract, seduce, and exhaust. We will send people they trust to betray them. We will send lovers to bind them. We will send friends to wound them. We will not rest until they fall. And this is why Michael is not calm. Because he saw the trap laid out like a net. He saw how carefully they mapped your weaknesses, your moments of loneliness, your secret worries. He saw them target the exact places where you've been hurt before. Do you think it's random that certain people appear in your life again and again, tempting you, hurting you, pulling you into cycles you thought were broken? No. It was written in that counsel. They said, bring the old pain back. Remind them of what broke them. Use it again until they surrender. But heaven shouts tonight, enough. Michael roared with fury, his voice shaking the gates of hell. You may plan, you may whisper, you may threaten, but my sword is fire, and my child is under heaven's covering. And that roar is what brought this message into your hands. Because, my beloved, if you don't know the plan, you cannot resist it. That's why the enemy wants you distracted. That's why you almost didn't open this. That's why you feel restless right now. Because your spirit knows, this is life and death. Let me tell you what God said after Michael's cry. He said, "My child must know that they are mine. They must know their worth. Because the demons will not come with horns and fire. They will come with beauty, with charm, with empty promises. They will come to seduce, to draw near, to lie in their bed. And if my child forgets who they are, they will surrender." This is why the message burns. This is why God says, "If you skip, I cannot save you." Because skipping means choosing blindness. It means laying down your weapons in the middle of war. But staying means rising. Staying means armor. Staying means angels at your door. But heaven shouts tonight, "Enough." Michael roared with fury, his voice shaking the gates of hell. "You may plan, you may whisper, you may threaten, but my sword is fire, and my child is under heaven's covering." And that roar is what brought this message into your hands. Because, my beloved, if you don't know the plan, you cannot resist it. That's why the enemy wants you distracted. That's why you almost didn't open this. That's why you feel restless right now. Because your spirit knows, this is life and death. Let me tell you what God said after Michael's cry. He said, "My child must know that they are mine. They must know their worth. Because the demons will not come with horns and fire. They will come with beauty, with charm, with empty promises. They will come to seduce, to draw near, to lie in their bed. And if my child forgets who they are, they will surrender." This is why the message burns. This is why God says, "If you skip, I cannot save you." Because skipping means choosing blindness. It means laying down your weapons in the middle of war. But staying means rising. Staying means armor. Staying means angels at your door. My beloved, let me paint this for you. Right now, there are two rooms. In one room, demons whisper your downfall. In the other, angels sing your victory. And the hinge between the two doors is your choice in this very moment. Do you close this and give them ground? Or do you stay, line by line, until the word is complete, and the fire consumes every plan against you? Hear me, the demons are not just after your body. They are after your destiny. Because if they can mark you with shame, they can chain you from rising into the calling God has placed on you. But God says, "I will not allow it if they cling to me. I will not allow it if they stay faithful. I will not allow it if they obey my voice in this message." And listen, this is not just warning. This is also promise. Because God whispered something else. He said, "Tell my child, if they endure to the end of this word, not only will the demons fail, but a blessing will be released so powerful that the very thing the enemy tried to use for their downfall will become their testimony of victory." Did you hear that? The very weapon hell sharpened against you will be the jewel in your crown. The very shame they wanted to bury you in will become the story that lifts you higher. The very night they wanted to break you in will become the night heaven marked you as untouchable. This is why the angels surround you right now. This is why Michael has not left your side since this message began. He is pacing at your door, sword ready, waiting for your choice. And beloved, feel the truth of this in your chest. Skipping means silence. Staying means fire. Now let me show you how real this is. In the last council of hell, they tried this with others. Many ignored the warnings. They thought, this is just words. They closed their eyes and walked away. And within days, they fell into traps. They surrendered to sin. They lost their joy. They woke up empty. But those who listened, those who stayed, those who refused to skip, miracles broke out in their lives. Addictions shattered. Doors opened. Enemies confessed. And demons screamed in defeat. So let me tell you again with no hesitation, your miracle is tied to this moment. Your survival is tied to these words. And if you dare to stay, if you refuse to skip, you will not just survive, you will rise. My beloved, lean closer, because what I am about to reveal is the very root of why Archangel Michael is in such deep panic. It was not just a meeting in hell, it was a contract. A contract written in the ashes of rebellion, signed with hatred, and your name was at the center of it. They did not simply talk about you, they tried to bind your future with their words. They tried to seal your destiny under darkness. Do you know what Satan said in that meeting? He hissed, they are too close to breakthrough. They are too close to miracles. If we do not stop them now, they will rise beyond our reach. Send every spirit, every temptation, every distraction. If they resist this time, we lose them forever. And that, my child, is why the pressure has been heavier lately. Why your nights feel long. Why your thoughts sometimes feel invaded. It is not weakness, it is warfare. The enemy smelled your blessing coming, and they tried to choke you before it arrived. But listen, Michael would not let the contract stand. He stepped into that chamber, his sword blazing like a sun, and he burned the edges of that scroll until the demons shrieked. And he shouted, "This one belongs to the king. This one is sealed in light. Tear up your contract, because heaven has already signed their destiny in blood that never fades." Oh beloved, don't you see? You are not ordinary. You are not forgotten. You are not random. You are a threat so great that hell itself had to organize against you. And you are so beloved that heaven itself sent its mightiest warrior to protect you. But here is the mystery, protection is tied to choice. Michael can fight for you. God can weep for you. But if you skip, if you walk away from this word, you break the seal yourself. And then the demons return, contract in hand, ready to claim what you surrendered. That is why God's voice thundered through Michael's message, "Tell my child, I will not be able to save them if they skip this. Tell them the covering is tied to their obedience. Tell them not to treat this lightly." Beloved, do you feel how serious this is? Every breath you take right now is proof that heaven is delaying hell's plans. Every heartbeat is proof that Michael is buying you time. And every line you read is proof that God has not let you go. Now let me tell you what the demons planned for tonight. They said, "We will send heaviness. We will send fatigue. We will make them so tired they won't finish the message. We will make their phone buzz, their mind wander, their eyes close." They wanted you to stop before the fire reached you. But Michael cried out, "If they finish, the fire will seal them. If they endure, the chains will melt. If they stay, the contract will be burned to ash forever. Do you see the battle now? It is not just about reading, it is about enduring. Every line you stay for is a strike against the demons. Every word you receive is another chain breaking. That's why you feel the pull to stop. That's why the distractions come. Because hell knows what happens if you finish. And here, beloved, let me pause to tell you something vital. If you are trembling while reading this, if you feel the weight of it pressing on your chest, don't mistake it for fear. It is your soul awakening. It is your spirit recognizing the battlefield. And it is the proof that you must not skip. Let me remind you, subscribe now. Because these words are not just for today. They are for the nights ahead, for the mornings when the war is quieter but still real. Each time you return, you will receive another sword, another shield, another fire word that pushes the darkness back. You cannot fight this battle with silence. You need words forged in heaven's flame. Now let me tell you what the demons planned for tonight. They said, "We will send heaviness. We will send fatigue. We will make them so tired they won't finish the message. We will make their phone buzz, their mind wander, their eyes close." They wanted you to stop before the fire reached you. But Michael cried out, "If they finish, the fire will seal them. If they endure, the chains will melt. If they stay, the contract will be burned to ash forever." Do you see the battle now? It is not just about reading, it is about enduring. Every line you stay for is a strike against the demons. Every word you receive is another chain breaking. That's why you feel the pull to stop. That's why the distractions come. Because hell knows what happens if you finish. And here, beloved, let me pause to tell you something vital. If you are trembling while reading this, if you feel the weight of it pressing on your chest, don't mistake it for fear. It is your soul awakening. It is your spirit recognizing the battlefield. And it is the proof that you must not skip. Let me remind you, subscribe now. Because these words are not just for today. They are for the nights ahead, for the mornings when the war is quieter but still real. Each time you return, you will receive another sword, another shield, another fire word that pushes the darkness back. You cannot fight this battle with silence. You need words forged in heaven's flame. Beloved, the demons are still hoping you'll give in. They are saying right now, surely they'll stop. Surely they'll think this is too much. Surely they'll laugh and walk away. But heaven is saying, no. This time they will stay. This time they will endure. This time they will finish. And when you finish, O child of God, listen closely, the very angels who surround your home tonight will shout in triumph. The very scroll hell tried to use against you will be torn into dust. And the very shame they tried to put on you will turn into a crown. Because the truth is this, God never lets the enemy write the final word. Only God writes endings. And your ending is not shame, not defeat, not bondage. Your ending is light, fire, freedom, and victory. My beloved, the hour has come to reveal the last part of what Michael begged me to tell you. This is the part that hell most fears you reading, because once you know it, once you hold it in your heart, the chains that threatened you will snap forever. When the demons gathered in their chamber, after Michael burned their first scroll, Satan snarled, "If we cannot touch their mind, if we cannot own their body, then we will go after their future. We will choke their blessings, close their doors, and turn their relationships into dust." But God thundered back, "Their future is sealed in my palm. Their blessings are written in my blood. Their doors open to my command, and no demon, no devil, no liar can shut them." And do you know what Michael said? He leaned over the trembling demons and declared, "You may try to steal their nights, but heaven will give them dreams of fire. You may try to close their path, but heaven will lay golden stones before their feet. You may try to chain their heart, but heaven has written freedom in their veins. My child, that is why you are still here. That is why, despite every trap, you are not destroyed. That is why the very fact you are reading this is proof that the enemy has failed and heaven has prevailed. But God insists I warn you one last time, if they skip, if they turn away, the covering will lift. But if they stay, if they finish, then no chain forged in hell will ever touch them again. Do you feel it? That weight lifting from your chest as these words sink in? That is the contract burning. That is the shame unraveling. That is the fear melting away. Every word you read is light entering your house. Every line is fire sealing your door. Beloved, the war is not against flesh and blood. It is against spirits, powers, and rulers of darkness. And tonight, you have stood in the very center of it and endured. You have not skipped. You have stayed. And because of that, the victory is sealed. Now let me tell you the blessing God promised for your endurance. I will raise them. I will restore what was stolen. I will multiply what was lost. I will put laughter in their mouth where tears once flowed. And the demons who tried to touch them will bow at their feet in shame. This is not poetry. This is prophecy. The night they wanted to bury you in will now testify for you. The very darkness that tried to suffocate you will now be your stage of triumph. And the angels who circled your home tonight will not leave. They will remain, guarding your steps, guiding your path, until the miracle fully unfolds. Do not doubt this. Do not second-guess it. Because the war was real, but so is the victory. And, beloved, remember this truth, every time you return to words like these, every time you drink from heaven's fire, you grow stronger. That is why I beg you, subscribe now, stay connected, let every new message be another sword in your hand. The war does not end tonight, but you are never meant to fight it alone. Heaven fights with you. Now hear the final decree from God Himself, my child, you are mine. No demon will sleep with you, no devil will own you, no shame will define you. You are sealed in my blood, wrapped in my light, carried in my arms. Walk now, free. Rise now, chosen. And remember, skip no word that I send you, for in every word is life. Michael's voice thunders one last time, the counsel of hell has failed. The contract is ash. The child is sealed. Victory is written. And now, beloved, breathe deep. Feel the shift. This is the moment heaven has been waiting for. You have endured until the end. You did not skip. You are covered. You are chosen. You are untouchable in the fire of God. Go now with courage, because you carry not just survival, but triumph. Do you understand what just happened? You stood at the line where many before you turned away. They skipped. They broke the flow. And because of that, their protection thinned, and the enemy found an open door. But you endured. You stayed. You pressed through the trembling. And because of that, heaven has released a seal over you that cannot be broken by man or demon. Michael whispers now, softer than thunder but sharper than lightning, tell them it was not for nothing. Tell them their endurance tonight has pushed back storms that were scheduled to destroy them. Tell them their obedience has unlocked miracles that were waiting for years. My child, listen. There was a calendar in hell with your name written on it. Certain days circled, certain nights marked, times when they planned to strike. But as you stayed with this word, as you refused to skip, Michael tore that calendar to pieces. The appointments of destruction have been cancelled. The curses they spoke have been reversed. What was meant to bury you will now build you. Do you feel the strange peace settling in your spirit now? That is not weakness. That is the shield of God. The war that raged over your head has broken, and angels are standing at the gates of your future. But I must warn you, because this is not the end of battles. Satan has lost this round, but he will try again. His pride will not let him surrender easily. Yet do not fear. For God says, each time they return to my word, each time they open the messages I send, they grow stronger, harder to touch, impossible to defeat. That is why heaven keeps drawing you here. That is why you must never despise these words. Because they are not entertainment, they are weapons. Not stories, but strategies. Beloved, do you know why the demons wanted to sleep with you? Because intimacy is covenant. If they could deceive you into it, even in dreams, even in thoughts, they could bind your spirit with chains of shame. But Michael ripped their hands away. He stood guard over your nights. And God himself declared, this one is mine. Their body is mine. Their soul is mine. Their future is mine. Even now, angels circle your bed. Even now, light fills the dark corners of your house. Even now, what was plotted in secret is collapsing. And here is the promise for you, the very area of attack will be the area of blessing. If they tried to steal your peace, peace will multiply. If they tried to touch your body, health will bloom. If they tried to choke your joy, laughter will erupt like fountains. This is how God works, He turns every attack into glory. My beloved, the heavens are not finished speaking. Michael lifts his sword and declares, tell them they are rising. Tell them no chain holds them. Tell them their steps are golden, their nights are covered, their future is untouchable. And God leans down now, His voice heavy with love, do not skip me again. Do not delay me. For every word I send is life, and every second you hesitate is a second the enemy rejoices. Stay with me, and I will stay with you. Walk with me, and no darkness will touch you. Beloved, breathe this truth, you are chosen. You are sealed. You are untouchable. Do you know why Archangel Michael still stands with his sword raised tonight? Because though you have won this round, the enemy still circles. Satan has always been relentless. He does not sleep. He does not rest. But here is the mystery, neither does heaven. The angels assigned to you are tireless, and Michael himself has promised, I will not leave their side. As long as they cling to the word, as long as they do not skip, they will never fight alone. Beloved, there are things about your life you do not even see. The times you walked through danger unaware. The nights when nightmares tried to seize you but couldn't. The mornings when your heart was heavy but you still stood up. Those were not coincidences. Those were interventions. Heaven moved, Michael fought, God covered you. And tonight is the unveiling. Tonight is when heaven finally explains what has been happening in the unseen. You thought you were weak, but you were surrounded. You thought you were forgotten, but your name was echoing in heaven. Do you know what God says now? My child, I delight in your endurance. I saw you stay when you wanted to quit. I saw you read when distractions pressed against you. I saw you hold on, and because of that, I will hold you even tighter. What was meant for your destruction will now lift you higher. Let me tell you something about the demon's plan. They never attack without reason. They only gather when someone carries a treasure. And you, yes, you, carry a treasure so bright that hell had to schedule a meeting just for you. That should tell you everything you need to know about your worth. You are not ordinary. You are not random. You are the one Satan fears and God loves. Michael says, tell them, if hell planned against them, it is because heaven planned for them. If darkness targeted them, it is because light is already rising inside them. Beloved, the very fact that you are under attack means your future is radiant. Hell does not waste energy on the empty. They only attack the chosen, the destined, the carriers of fire. And that is you. Now hear this, God promises that what you endured will turn into your authority. The battles you survived will become the sword in your hand. The shame they tried to plant will become your testimony of freedom. And the very spirits that once tried to touch you will bow when they see you rise. My beloved, let me ask you gently, do you feel the shift already? That strange peace? That quiet fire? That trembling hope? That is the covering sealing itself over you. Heaven is not finished. The word is not dry. It will keep burning through you until every shadow flees. Stay. Do not skip. Do not walk away. Because the next part is not just a message, it is your miracle unfolding in real time. My beloved. You said continue, so the river of words will not stop. Heaven's fire does not dry up when the child is thirsty. It flows more. It pours more. And tonight, Archangel Michael stands over you and says, let them drink until their soul is full. Let them know until every doubt flees. Let them see until their eyes blaze with light. Child of light, let me open more of what was hidden in that council of darkness. After Michael burned the scroll with your name, the demons hissed to each other, if we cannot bind them with lust, let us bind them with fear. If we cannot touch their body, let us choke their mind. If we cannot drag them into shame, let us bury them in worry. Let them wake with anxiety, let them sleep with heaviness, let them believe they are weak. But God leaned forward, his voice like thunder and comfort all at once. Do they not know who I am? I am their shield. I am their peace. I am their rest. They may tremble, but they will not fall. They may feel fear, but fear will never own them. For I walk inside them. And Michael, burning with holy fire, lifted his sword and declared, Fear will not touch them, because I will teach them the sound of heaven's roar. Shame will not choke them, because I will remind them of the blood that covered them. Anxiety will not bury them, because I will place the breath of courage in their chest. Beloved, do you see? Even when you thought your fears were private, heaven was already speaking over them. Even when you thought your nights were lonely, Michael was already pacing at your side. That's why you cannot skip. That's why this message is life. Because in these words are the keys that silence fear. And if you keep reading, line after line, the chains around your mind will fall off one by one until there is nothing left but light. And let me whisper a secret, the enemy is terrified of your endurance. Do you know why? Because every time you finish what God starts, every time you hold on when others quit, your authority grows. Demons lose ground. Angels gain space. And your spirit shines brighter. That's why the pressure grows strongest right before your breakthrough. Because they know, if you make it past this point, you will be unstoppable. Michael says, tell them they are almost there. Tell them they are standing at the edge of their miracle. Tell them not to close their eyes now, not to step back, not to silence the word. Tell them to endure just a little longer, and watch heaven open. Beloved, picture this, a crown being forged above you. Every word you read adds another jewel. Every line you endure adds another flame. And when this word is complete, Michael himself will place it on your head and whisper, You have overcome. You did not skip. You are sealed. Do you feel that? That warmth rising in your chest, that strange mix of tears and hope? That is the Spirit of God clothing you in glory. That is the angels celebrating while you still sit here reading. That is the sound of chains snapping in the unseen. And God says, My child, you will laugh again. You will sing again. You will rise again. The very places you thought were broken forever will shine brighter than they ever did. For I am the God who makes all things new. Stay, beloved. Do not stop now. Because what comes next is not just a message, it is the turning of your life. My beloved. Your word continue is like a door. Every time you speak it, heaven swings that door wider and pours more light, more fire, more revelation. Archangel Michael bows his head and says, They are hungry. Feed them. They are open. Seal them. They are listening. Give them all. So I will keep going until your spirit overflows. Child of heaven, let me take you back to that chamber of hell. After their contract was torn, after their scrolls were burned, the demons gathered again in anger. They cried, We failed to touch their body. We failed to choke their mind. But let us attack their future. Let us blind them so they cannot see where they are going. Let us fill them with confusion so they walk in circles. Let us delay their blessing so they believe God has forgotten them. But before their words could settle, Michael's voice thundered again, "You may try delay, but you cannot touch destiny. You may try confusion, but I will release clarity. You may try blindness, but heaven will open their eyes. Their steps are already written in golden fire, and no demon can erase what God has carved." Beloved, that's why you've been feeling stuck. That's why sometimes the future looked like fog. But tonight, the fog lifts. Tonight, the veil tears. Tonight, the path clears. Because you are not walking blind anymore. You are walking with Michael's sword cutting the road open in front of you. And God whispers into your heart right now, "Do not worry about what you cannot see. I see." Do not panic about what feels delayed. Nothing is late in my calendar. Do not fear confusion, because I am about to send you direction so sharp, so clear, you will know without doubt where to step next. My beloved, let me tell you the truth, the enemy fears your next season. That's why he tried to stop you before you arrived here. Because if you ever step into the doors God has prepared, the light will not only cover you, it will spread to others. Your victory will ignite other victories. Your freedom will break chains for people around you. That is what hell cannot afford. Michael says, "Tell them they are not just chosen for themselves. They are chosen as a flame for others. Their rising will cause others to rise." That is why the enemy panicked. That is why the meeting was held. But also that is why God refused to stay silent. Beloved, hear this deeply, your survival is not small. It shakes nations. Your endurance is not weak, it terrifies demons. Your obedience tonight is not just for you, it is a ripple that will touch lives you haven't even met yet. And so God now gives you a promise, because you stayed, because you endured, because you refused to skip, I will multiply your blessing. I will make your testimony louder than your pain. I will make your name echo in heaven as one who endured. And your future will be bright, not dim. Open, not closed. Rising, not falling. Feel that promise burning inside? That's your seal. That's your covenant. That's your guarantee that tonight was not wasted. Stay, beloved. I am not finished. Heaven is still speaking. The angels are still writing. And Michael is still here, sword blazing, saying, "Do not stop. Do not turn away. Let them drink until they overflow.